Hello. Jeff's come in, decided to have a drink exactly as I pressed go. But it wasn't even me that was late this time. It was you getting a drink, wasn't it? I was sat here and Nick was saying, just press go live. And I said, no, I'll wait for you.
I thought you were going to go live and moan about me not being here. That's what I normally do. Right, I'm just going to do that.
Oh,
Hello.
yeah, but now you can see a knife.
I need to wipe. I need to clean this as well. So hang on.
Are we a bit soft focused?
A little bit of admin. Bear with.
Oh dear. Oh, that is better. Yeah. There we go.
Hello. We had 2 weeks off.
We did. Happy New Year, everyone.
Yes, happy 2024.
I was just thinking to myself that this time last week we were sat in a pub with your mum and dad.
We've had a good couple of weeks. I was just thinking, I was just running to the loo and, getting prepared. And I was thinking, yeah, I think I've really struggled with post-Christmas come down this year.
Yeah, you're a bit low, aren't you?
Well, I genuinely, slightly serious for a minute, I do struggle with winter, lack of sunlight, cold, dark, wet.
And you don't get a lot of sunlight.
I struggle.
In this house.
Yeah. And so we are not quite back into work mode, but I'm feeling the pressure to be back in work mode because numbers off a cliff when you don't list, right? So that's where we are right now.
Yeah. But yeah, funnily enough, I'm feeling the opposite in some ways. I'm feeling really excited for like getting back into it tomorrow, and I feel like I'm rested. Although it was quite mad, it wasn't like we had a lot of rest as such because we were full on the go most of the time.
Oh, we don't rest at Christmas.
But I've had enough of a break away from work to be excited to feel like I want to get back to it.
Yeah, I actually did some drafting this afternoon. I felt I had to do something. Anyway, if you are new to this scenario, we go live. I can't say every Sunday because we just took 2 off. Normally, we are live every Sunday at 8. So if you're new, please pop in and say hello. If you're watching live, you can interact. So I shall interact. I shall say hello. And first in today, we had Steve. Hello. Happy New Year. Nobody here. Are you all hiding from the tax man? We need to sort our tax return out. We are terrible for leaving it to the last minute. We've been self-employed for how many? 20 odd years? 22 years?
Yeah. We always leave it to the last minute, but it gets done. It's fine.
2 or 3 years in that time, we've done it early. The rest of them, we leave it to the last minute.
Yeah.
It's how we roll.
But I did wonder if Steve was making a comment about the new tax thing.
Well,
they're not new tax rules. It's just what HMRC are doing in order to be able to see people who they think should be paying tax who are not paying tax.
Yeah, I don't think anything has changed.
No, the rules haven't changed.
My opinion on all of that, we'll touch on it briefly. I find the whole tax thing incredibly dull, is that it's it's just trying to scare people into paying tax that should, which is fair enough, by the way. If you should be paying tax, you should be paying tax. But I think it's just a cheap way for the government to try and drum up some funds. And in my opinion, close the corporation loopholes that are out there. Make a lot more money, Mr. Taxman. Don't go chasing people who might owe a tiny bit of tax. But if you do owe tax, pay it. There you go. Summed it up.
Yeah, that was a good summary.
Where was I? I said hi to Steve. Hi, Tina.
Well, yeah, it does start tonight, 8:01.
Hello, Marcus. Another year and that feeling of here we go again. Not exactly got off to a great start. Yes, I know you've had it rough the last few weeks, to say the least. Let's hope it gets better. Roll on summer. Yes.
Roll on summer, indeed.
I love the spring and then I adore summer. I'm a summer person.
Although I don't want to hurry life along at all. I just, I'm looking forward to warmth and light.
and you can't appreciate the sun without the rain.
Exactly. Oh, isn't that lovely? That should be on a t-shirt.
I bet it is. Right, who else? We've got Sue Blaney. Hello. sometimes a few minutes after. Yeah.
I like the comment there about, oh, Andrea and Nick, or the great pottery throwdown. I'd probably be like, oh, you watch us back later. Watch the great pottery throwdown.
I'll tell you what, as far as those sort of reality TV competition programs go, I think that's the best one out there.
It is.
I
Yeah.
really do.
We haven't started watching it yet, not this series.
Yeah. I mean, Bake Off is fun, but it feels like Groundhog Day to me.
Yeah.
But Pottery Throwdown, I think, is much more creative, much more fun, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Plus, it's fun to try and guess when Matey Boy is going to cry. What's his name?
I can't remember.
We sold a mug of his.
No, we didn't. I've been using it all over Christmas.
Oh, you're keeping it? I thought we sold it.
It was a Dear Santa one. I kept it.
Oh, okay.
It's been my favourite mug of Christmas, though. It's a lovely size. Oh, it's been perfect.
So, basically, you have to choose. Do you want to look at new jugs or old ones? We haven't got any new jugs for you.
Well, we've just finished our dinner and we were sitting watching the Antiques Roadshow while we were eating dinner, weren't we?
I was drafting some pewter jugs earlier, if that counts. From my last video where I picked a load of stuff off the shelves, I was being so good early December. I got so much shifted, so much stuff I'd been avoiding. And I did a video where I showed me picking another 10 things I really didn't want to deal with off the shelf. I basically haven't done anything with it. I lifted some of it, to be fair, but most of it still sat on the table. Christmas happened, got in the way. Yeah. So I'm catching up. I will do a follow-up to that and show you how accountable I've been or not.
Back to it, though.
How productive I've been. Right. Shall we try and get to the end of the chat?
Yeah.
Hello, Lee. Good to see you. 2023 was all right until I just spent the profit buying a new van. Well, that's a positive.
Well, that's an investment, isn't it?
That's great. Yeah. Good evening, Anne. Good to see you. Hope you're keeping warm. Later, when we've got the fire on in the front room,
you look like you're warm. You're in your
We'll be
t-shirt.
toasty. Yeah, I had lots of layers on. I would have overheated.
Oh, I bet you'll get cold soon.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Hello, Pete. We should see Pete soon. I think Pete's going to be there next weekend. We are having our annual Christmas meetup, the late Christmas party, in Hitchin next Saturday. We will be at the Angel Vaults probably from around midday until they chuck us out. Yeah. So yeah, Pete should be with us and lots of other people. Hello, Antoinette. Happy New Year. Chris, I think Chris is going, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chris and Catherine.
Good stuff.
Yes. Steve says, this is weird. The safety shoes I bought off Nick only ever sell on a Sunday night when I'm here. That is weird.
I'm giving you good shoe vibes. Once love treasures. Happy New Year. Lots of Happy New Years being exchanged. Hi, Elaine. So let's see.
That was Gary.
It's Gary. Hello. Good to see you.
And Matthew.
Ah, yes. Oh, are you going there, Matty? Evening, or who's going to the meetup next week? I'm hoping to, as long as the bank lets you. Ooh, finance is a bit tight. It's been a bit like that here, to be perfectly honest. We had a strange financial year last year with the move and so much stuff going on.
Yeah, so
it's been a bit of a roller coaster.
We feel your pain. That's one of our goals, I suppose, of next year is building
this year
the finances. Oh yeah, this year.
Get our finances back on track. But we also, it's going to be lots going on this year. Anyway, yeah, we hope to see you. That would be good. Hi, Jake, Deborah. Thank you very much. Oh, Pete is part of the furniture of the meetup. Pete is, yes, he's always there supporting the meetups. It'll be great to catch up. Okay. What's this? Have penguin biscuits gone smaller when I was younger? I'm sure they were bigger. Maybe, Jake, you just got bigger.
But I think most chocolate bars and biscuits, etc., have got smaller. Wagon wheels are definitely smaller.
It's always wagon wheels.
Definitely. I don't eat them anymore, but they're definitely smaller.
I haven't had a penguin for a long time.
No.
We thought we would just chat about 2024 and what we hope to achieve business-wise. And you can put in the chat your aims and your goals. Yeah, we haven't really planned what we're going to chat about particularly. So if you've got any questions,
we rarely do, to be fair.
We sometimes do, but not a lot.
We have a cursory chat just before we go live. What are we going to talk about?
I'll be. Is that going to be? I'll be down
there. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, we look forward to seeing you.
Oh, good to know that you're going back to work and you're feeling up to that now.
Evening, everyone. Returning back to work tomorrow after nearly 3 months off, only doing shorter hours to start with. Yeah, ease yourself back in. I feel a bit like that. Easing myself back in. I did like 5 drafts earlier.
Yeah, but you haven't been unwell.
And then I needed to lie down. No, I haven't been ill. Exactly that. Lots of people saying hello. Hello, Pat. Hello, Ian. Iris Harris. Hello, Flipping Maggie. Lots of Happy New Year's.
Tony and Jill. Is that a new name to us?
Possibly.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome. Happy. We will be down that way soon. We are heading off to see my sister and brother-in-law in Worthing. And of course, Ellen is in Brighton.
But we're down there quite frequently, aren't we, really, seeing Ellen?
We're struggling to get to the bottom.
We are, but yes.
Hi, Nia. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Sharon.
Lots of Happy New Year's. Haircut. Oh, yeah, you had a haircut. You did the front, I did the back.
Yeah. Married to reselling. Hi, guys.
Oh, hello.
Good evening. I've just been asked by YouTube how you can click on it.
Oh, sorry.
How satisfied I am with the notification. Not sure how that's measured.
Oh.
Did you get it on time? For ages, YouTube's notifications were appalling. I'd get notified like an hour after somebody had gone live or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've sorted it out.
Maggie says, I've also struggled with SAD and too much sugar. Plus, I haven't done my tax return.
We are probably in very similar boats then, because we had a lot of, chocolate and sweets and cake. And well, Mum and Dad came up for New Year's. They stayed here over New Year's, so lots of alcohol was consumed. Mum bought like cake and more cake and more cake. So yeah.
You can go into Christmas with all the best intentions of not eating and drinking too much, but you just end up doing it anyway because everyone else is.
Yeah. I don't know if you're popping over. I can't remember if you mentioned it. Hopefully we'll see you next week, Neil. Going back to the tax thing, nothing's really changed, and you still have the £1,000 personal allowance, don't you?
Yeah, and none of the rules have changed. It's literally just that HMRC can now ask to look at people on eBay and Vinted, etc.
It felt like it was just if you owe tax, we're going to find out, so you better declare it, which is, as I said at the beginning, it's just totally fair enough. But the rules, as far as I could see, haven't changed a bit.
No.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Don't ever take financial advice from us two. I'll tell you that much for free. There's an interesting one there. Mentioned before about sad lamps. Yes. And replacing household bulbs with daylight LED bulbs. Well, that could be something we'd look at. Marked difference in the last couple of winters with mental health. Interesting.
Yeah,
we have some fancy pants bulbs.
Not a sad lamp, but we have an alarm clock that was kindly gifted to us by Gadget Man from last year, which wakes us up. It's like a sunlight lamp that wakes you up gradually, which is, been really good. But I don't like white light. I find white light does the opposite to me. I find that sort of these nice sort of ambient yellowy white lights are much nicer. They just feel a bit more. And
I think it's
happy.
I think it's bigger than that anyway. I think nothing is better than sunlight.
No.
But I think it's a bigger deal than that. It's the short days, it's the cold, it's the damp, it's the grey, just to take Jeff out, as we did earlier, it's such a palaver. It's nearly always raining. And
well, he gets irritated because we've got him ready, and then it takes us forever to get all our coat and our hat and our scarf and our this and that and the other on.
It's just like, everything's harder work for me in the winter.
He's just sitting there like barking at us. Come on, I'm ready.
Yeah. It's such a contrast, especially where we are now as well. If we go out late, there's no street lights, which in one way is quite nice.
That is nice in terms of the clear nights and being able to see the stars. And we really noticed the difference when we went to stay with your mum over Christmas. I mean, they live in a village, but they live very close to Stevenage. And we took Jeff out at night, and it was just the what do you call it? Is it light pollution? That's it. The light pollution was quite a lot, and it was a marked difference to what we have here. And I thought, I'll actually miss not having that light pollution, like having those really dark skies. And if
do you remember the best night sky we ever saw, where that was?
Grand Canyon. Yeah,
that was next level. We could see the whole Milky Way. And then we found these guys, like
see, Blaine is watching both.
A club where they meet up with their telescopes.
Yes, Keith, thank you.
Didn't we? We met these guys who had telescopes, and they let us look at the moon and the stars on the edge of the canyon.
Yeah,
that was crazy good.
Yeah, that was a good night, actually. Elaine says, anyone been watching the mini-series of the sub-postmaster scandal? No, but I do want to see it.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that.
Yeah.
I did read a few articles about that.
That's something I think we will watch. Oh no, missed your live chat again. No, you didn't. We're live. We're live now.
This is it. this is the main event.
Neil says, has anyone else badgered Unexpected Pete to come to the Hitchin gig next week? Unexpected Pete? Who's that?
It's not Sales of the Unexpected Pete.
Oh, I see.
I haven't spoken to that Pete for quite a while. I could message him, see if he's around. I'll try and remember to do that. Yeah, I should speak to Pete, actually.
Oh, Tony and Jill are going to be there. We're booked in at the Sun. Awesome.
I think the Sun has changed ownership, so hopefully you'll have a better stay than people did a few years ago.
Yeah, I think it's improved a lot.
Well, I think improving the Sun wouldn't be difficult.
It doesn't have plants growing out of the windows anymore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've heard on the grapevine that it's much better, so you'll have a good stay, touch wood.
So yeah, Chris says yes, we'll be there, booked into the Sun, I believe, but don't take my word for it, as I didn't do it.
Good, looking forward to catching up, Chris.
Once Love Treasure says, we moved just before Christmas, and now it's time to properly sort out the stock room and the office photo area. It may take a while. It does.
It really does take a while to, because getting all your stuff out and getting it in a room is one thing, but then it takes, I think, months to actually get an area that get your workflow back to as it was.
Yeah.
And when we moved here, I did all of that upstairs here, and then I did the shed up, made that watertight, insulated it, etc., and then had to do it all again in there. And then it took me months to get that as I wanted it.
Yeah.
It does take time.
Happy New Year to everybody who has come in later and saying Happy New Year to us. Marie says hello from Cambridge. Been a silent watcher all of last year, so just saying hi. Hello. Yeah, they were Harwich Life, Tony and Jill.
Oh, okay.
We've got a new name to get used to now.
What was that bang? Oh, I think
we'll be able to put faces to names at the weekend.
Yes, faces to names is one thing. Then remembering them, this is the next challenge.
Oh dear. So what's C. Blaney saying? The thing re HMRC getting info from eBay, etc. It's only on accounts that make over 2k per annum, apparently. Okay.
Well, there we go.
How was Jeff's Christmas? Well, I think he enjoyed it.
We put a post out. Was it on Jeff's Instagram of him opening his present?
Yeah.
Was that on his, or was that on?
Enjoyed. I heard him playing with it earlier.
Yeah, he's got a squeaky snowman, which still squeaks.
Yeah, he doesn't rip them apart, does he? He did eventually de-squeak his reindeer last year, but it took a few months.
It's not like Monty. If you guys remember Monty, you'd give him a squeaky toy and it would last a minute max. He would just devour, find the squeaky thing and eat it.
Right, do you want to carry on?
See, that is actually pretty sound advice from Will. Go out for a walk, stay off social media, and don't listen to the news. Your mood will lift. We don't
watch the news that much, do we?
I watch news on YouTube.
Yeah. I listen to it on the radio because I have the radio on during the day and I hear it, obviously on the hour. But we don't tend to, unless sometimes we watch something that ends at 10 o'clock and then the news starts and we tend to watch the headlines and then, whatever.
Sorry, go on.
No, I just was going to say sometimes you find it a little bit difficult because if you stay away from the news consciously, which I try to do sometimes because it does get you down, you then feel like you're a bit out of the loop when big things happen. You think, oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
So
I
find a balance, don't you?
I don't like feeling like I don't know what's going on with current affairs because we'll go out with our pub quiz team or something and have a chat in the pub, and you don't want to be the guy who goes, what that major news story that happened
I didn't know there was an earthquake in Japan, and I was like, oh yeah, people talking about Japan, and then you were like, oh yeah, there's an earthquake. Oh blimey.
Yeah, major one.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was going to say on Will's comment there, I find one thing that I try and do is physical exercise, because a lot of your mentality is a lot about your physicality and vice versa. So I find if I go and do a load of exercise, I instantly feel better. But that is harder in the winter because we don't feel that, the joy of going out wandering across the fields in the sunlight.
We have we have a little bit of an issue with taking Jeff out in daylight at the moment because he's scared of the gunshots in the distance. We tried yesterday, didn't we? We looked at the fen and we said, hello, fen. You look very pretty.
We got him all in the car. We got ourselves all togged up, went over to Lopham Fen, and we got him out of the car, across the car park, said hello to a load of people, and then bang, and Jess refuses to walk then.
Yeah. So then we got back in the car and went to Dis.
But he happily wandered around Dis town centre because he's a town dog.
So we're tending to take him out at dusk or when it gets darker because there's no bangs, and actually he loves it. He loves the smells. He can't wait, can he? He's pulling us. So that's what we've been doing. But I was just going to say that I think that you and I should go out for a walk without Jeff during the day, even just a short one, just to get a little bit of daylight and
can you imagine the side eye he'd give us?
Well, it's up to him
when we got back.
We'd have to carry him if we took him out. If we took him with us, we'd have to carry him.
I was just reading that just quickly. January is such a tough month. Went to Malaga for a few days last year. Helped. Gran Canaria on the 19th will definitely help. Spain is so cheap in January. Recommend even a weekend. I'd love to do that.
Yeah. We don't really have a lot of extra money to be able to do that at the moment.
Yeah.
Plus, I haven't renewed my passport yet, so that's on my to-do list for this year. Renew passport.
That might be an issue then. I love walking when it's getting dark. Really calms my anxiety.
Yeah.
I think walking is good for you, regardless, isn't it?
And I think to go back to Jeff, because he obviously suffers a lot with his anxiety, and I think that's why he loves going out at dusk or, when it's dark, because he feels calm by it and he feels safe.
Daylight wavelength bulbs promote serotonin take up. It's worth trialing. Yeah, it's something we can look at, certainly. I thought it was at the bottom then. No, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know what Debbie was saying.
Where?
No, above. It was the one underneath there.
That one.
Oh, Deborah.
Buying up light bulbs in charity shops. Old-fashioned light bulbs. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, I like cosy light bulbs. Me and Ellen always say we don't like the big light on. And if me and Ellen go out and we come back, Nick's got all the big lights on. None of the nice ambient, cosy lights. It's got all the big lights.
I like to be able to see what I'm doing for a start. You like to live in a cave.
No, we like to be cozy.
Jill says there, my granddaughter got married at the Sun. If we're talking about the Sun in Hitchin, we had our reception there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Peter, we're staying at the Premier Inn as well.
Yep.
So we'll be there.
Oh, I think that there'll be plenty of people at the Premier, I would imagine.
I think Tom's going to be in the Premier Inn, isn't he?
I think so.
Steve, maybe? I don't know.
We will be there with 3 kids in tow. Awesome. I was thinking I might take Cards Against Humanity. That's not really kid friendly.
No, it isn't. Maybe later, but not earlier in the day.
Yeah, we should take a few card games, actually. Take Dobble.
Carol says, I hate walking the dog in the dark. I always feel someone's following me, even when they're not. To be honest with you, when we lived in Hitchin, I would feel the same. And I definitely wouldn't have gone out on my own in the dark. But in the village that we're living in, I feel safe. We usually go out together anyway. But yeah, we quite often go out at the same time as our neighbour and bump into Sandra and have a chat, don't we?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jessica's booked into the Sun. Good stuff.
Oh, hello, Lavender Clothesline.
Hello. Workflow is everything. Yeah, we touched on setting up an office. You'd think it would be simple because you'll just set it up as you had it before, but it just doesn't. It never kind of works.
No, it takes a while just to figure it all out.
Yeah, and it takes a while for you to get kind of new muscle memory of where everything is. And I'm a messy person anyway, so creating an organized chaos that makes sense in my head is what I'm aiming at.
Yeah.
I'm kind of there now in the shed, but it is cold in the shed at the moment, which is another reason why my productivity is down, because I tend to bring the work indoors and do it in here, which is just a bit more faff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was so much more productive in the summer because I could comfortably work out there late and,
Well, I know I filled up that room with stock, but you can always go back up there if you want to.
Oh, I'm not moving it all again. Hello, David M. It's been a while. Hope you're well. Jake's got a question. What's the best place to sell a lot of old books quick? Books can be tricky.
Yeah, it really depends, but you could try like We Buy Books and Zip It.
Yeah, but they're quite fussy on what they take.
But if they take it, that's quick.
Yeah, that might be a good first port of call. Scan them into all the media buyers, see what you can get rid of. And then, I don't know, not many takers for job lots of books, I wouldn't have thought.
Oh, yeah. Hannah says she remembers Monty. Hello, Shelley.
Shelster Rooney, who on earth's that? Did you decide, Shelley, are you going to shave all your hair off again, or are you going to grow it long? I said on Shelley's post that
I saw it.
I don't have much input. I've had the same hairstyle since 1985, so
I saw that.
I'm not sure I'm the person to ask. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm scrolling if I've missed your comments. I'm trying to get... What's this about old man gifts? What are you talking about? Didn't it get...
50 is the new 40, isn't it old?
Did I get any old man gifts? I don't know.
Did you? I don't think you did.
Got some vinyl.
Got vinyl. You got beer. You got
beer. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you get in your Secret Santa? Was that CDs?
I got one of the Erasure Remastered double disc editions, beer and chocolate. Yeah. I asked for 2 CDs, but instead I got one CD and beer and chocolate instead.
Oh, you got an awesome T-shirt from Ellen. I think it might be in the wash.
Oh, I did. Have I not shown that?
No, hang on. It's not. It's on the dryer. It should be dry now.
Hello from Belgium. Lucinator. You are very welcome. Right, I'm scrolling. Have you found my T-shirt?
Found it.
Right. I'll share with you what my daughter had made for me. She didn't make it. She had this made by somebody somewhere. Apparently, they're all the rage, these T-shirts. So I am officially trendy with my Jeff T-shirt.
Hang on, let me take that comment off and then you can see it better.
So these are pictures of Jeff. And
I'm just going to scroll to the bottom to see what people's reactions are to this.
Oh, hey, Lainey. So yeah, Ellen. Was that Christmas? No, this was birthday, wasn't it?
Oh, it might have been birthday. Yeah,
it might have been my birthday gift because my birthday comes close to Christmas. Ellen got me an amazing Erasure vinyl that I really wanted for Christmas. Yeah, there's my Jeff T-shirt. Look at the pictures.
Yeah, well, you see, Zoe Salk has got one for Nala that Mark Ferris bought her. And Mark has got one of his dog. And I've seen other ones, and they are a bit trendy at the moment.
I am trendy.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, so sorry, I went to the bottom now just to see what people were saying.
Awesome. Nice tea. Is it? Oh, we haven't done anything with our merch for so long. No, this isn't available on our merch store. Our what is it? Teespring. That's not even called that anymore, is it?
It's just called Spring.
We need to update that and put some new designs down there.
Just haven't had the headspace this year.
Oh dear. Where was I? Awesome.
We all want a Jeff tee.
That T-shirt rocks. It is so Jeff merch. Yeah. We could make some Jeff merch. Well, I'm getting a lot of love for the T-shirt. Look at this. Those sort of T-shirts sell well on Depop. Yeah, but this would be a bit too specific, though, surely.
A little bit.
You do know people will call you Jeff now. They might do. They might get confused.
Did Jeff get a matching Nick shirt? Michelle says. No, he did get a jumper for Christmas, though.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
Shirley says amaze balls.
Amaze balls. That T-shirt is amazing. Well, there you go. I will pass this on to our daughter. She found it hilarious when she gave it to me.
Yeah. What's Rebecca saying there? Hello, I'm Lily's mum. I bought the Bing talking toy off you just before Christmas.
Oh,
I'm super excited, building a new shed for my eBay stock, also starting a new business. Fantastic, Rebecca. Good luck with it all.
Yeah, thanks for the purchase. Thanks for supporting what we do. We do appreciate it. Yeah, best of luck with it all. Exciting times. Yeah, there we go. You need a Nick T-shirt for Jeff. I'm not sure he would appreciate that.
I think he would.
And he does have a new little coat now that he got. Was that a Christmas present?
Yeah, well, his jumper. Because sometimes it gets really cold in here.
Jeff looks like a polar bear. I call him polar bear.
You do?
I call it, well, very specific polar bear. I call him
a poo-faced polar bear.
Poo-face. He has an expression where he looks like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
But a polar bear version of Winnie the Pooh. So I call him Poo-Face Polar Bear. which he likes. He told me he likes it.
Apparently, he likes anything. He just likes the attention.
I've been recommended posts on Instagram where it's posts about my dog's called this, and then he's that, and then it's evolved to this, and you're supposed to share your dog names. We've already done that. He's got about 10 different names already.
Yeah.
Some of them aren't repeatable when he's been a little so and so.
Oh, which isn't very often, to be fair.
I heard you shouting at him this morning when
I
he
wasn't
was
shouting at
being
him.
relentless at the window.
Oh, well, he just go on, and then he just whatever, whoever is passing, and then he comes through here and he wants to go outside to make sure they're not out there, and then I let him out, then he comes back through, and then he's quiet for 2 seconds, then whoa. Oh, it's just, in the end I was like, stop it. Give over.
He wears your patience down.
Oh, dear.
Carol B, have we got any concerts booked this year? We had a big gigging year last year. We probably overdid it on the tickets.
Well, we've got Rewind booked.
All we have on the calendar is Rewind, But
I did get a very nice Ticketmaster voucher from my mum for Christmas.
Oh,
so I'm probably going to go and see a show with Ellen. We really want to go and see Mamma Mia, so I think we're going to do that.
Yeah. I had a bumper year of gigs.
You got to see all 3 of your favourites in one.
Well, you say that.
Except for one
you
was
say that.
Slightly disappointing.
We got to see a very drunk Andy Bell.
Yeah. But you still saw him. He was there right in front of us. And he got nearer and nearer because the people at the front were just leaving.
Oh, yeah.
So we were like...
We thought we're not that near the front. We got really near the front.
I think at the end of it was just you and me.
They were leaving quicker than...
Just you and me and Ellen go,
come on, Andy, remember the words. Well, there was me singing along. I knew more of the words than he did. Anyway, but apart from that, we saw the Pet Shop Boys and Depeche Mode, so it was an epic year.
Thank you.
I almost got to see.
Oh, thank you.
3 of my favourite bands. 2.5, we'll call it.
I've got your problem now. I've got runny nose.
We're both a bit sniffy.
I don't have a cold. I think it's just because it is cold.
Yeah, but not much on the horizon as far as gigging is concerned, and it may stay that way. We'll see. I don't think anyone's touring that we just have to go and see.
I keep getting teased with how many weeks it is till Depeche Mode are on, and get tickets for Depeche Mode. I'm like, we're not going.
I was happy with seeing them. We saw them at Twickenham, which was an incredible venue when it's packed with fans. It's not the best venue acoustically at all, but it was quite and we've watched recently, haven't we, some of the recordings that people were recording themselves from there. And I watched a recording from right up in the stands. That was incredible to see that crowd at Twickenham.
Yeah, that was incredible.
But yeah, they are back in the UK and performing soon, I think, isn't it?
Sorry, that made me laugh.
What?
My eBay stuff says Jeff is quite moody, so maybe call him Bipolar Bear.
Bipolar Bear. Well, yes.
Oh, Sharon bought the collection of Winnie the Poohs off from us for her daughter. She absolutely loves them. They go with her everywhere. Oh, that's brilliant.
Yes, thank you. Thank you again for that.
Oh, Jeff clearly likes dancing to George Michael. Yeah,
I had to film.
We didn't have a lot of choice dancing to George Michael.
I think I was sat here eating my lunch and suddenly Careless Whisper came on the radio and I look up and you're dancing around the kitchen with the dog.
Well, I was cuddling him before Careless Whisper came on and then we just started dancing.
And I thought, I'm recording this. And Jeff just looked like...
he kept looking at you like, help me, Dad.
Help, Dad. Dad, help me.
Why am I jiggling up and down? This is not what I signed up for.
Dad, I don't even like George Michael.
How can you not?
Yeah, if you don't follow Jeff on Instagram, you're missing out, I tell you.
Oh, Jill, I'm booked up to see David Essex in August. I do know who David Essex is.
Of course we know who David Essex is. Oh, Shelley was going to say, oh, Bell End. Oh, that's mean. He looked cute-ish in his little shorts, though. Yeah, it didn't. His shorts didn't save the day, though, did they? Quite. Oh, sad news about David's soul.
Did you not hear that?
No, I hadn't heard that.
Passed away.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? What's that there? Nick or Andrea? If you're into Fleetwood Mac, we are fans for sure. I can recommend going to see Rumours of Fleetwood Mac. They're very good and on tour again this year. Okay. Well, maybe if they come past this way, they might play in Norwich or something.
Elaine's going to see the Australian Pink Floyd show this year.
Wow, that would be good.
Did Andy Bell apologize? Well, if he did, we didn't see it.
I didn't see any public things come from that. Rewind apologized to people that were there on his, not really on his behalf. They just apologized for the state of the performance.
Yeah, well, they should have acted on it, really. But
it was a big shame. And we said at the time, the contrast to when we saw him only like 9 months previous.
Yeah, crazy.
In the packed O2 arena.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
And he was so much better than I even imagined he would be. His
yeah,
voice
so we
was
were
on point.
really excited to see him at Rewind.
Yeah.
Really excited.
I still can't. I still thinking about. I just couldn't believe my ears, let alone my eyes.
No.
Yeah.
So weird.
Such a shame. Oh, look! I'm seeing Justin Hawkins Rides Again live and a meet and greet.
I would really have liked to have seen that. He's coming to Norwich, and I would really have liked to have seen.
Well, he's a local boy up here. He was born and bred in Lowestoft, don't you know?
Yeah.
But
I think he still lives Suffolk way, doesn't he?
Probably.
I think so.
His channel is really worth a look. He gives his opinions, his very straight up, forthright opinions on artists, live footage, albums, singles, whatever.
I really enjoy his channel.
Yeah, he's a funny man, and he's an incredibly intelligent man, which I think is why it makes the videos worth watching and interesting.
Yeah.
And an incredibly good musician. Where did magician come from?
I don't know. I was thinking, wow, he's got another string to his back.
Knowing Justin, he probably is. Knowing Justin. I said it like he's my mate. Oh, dear.
Oh.
And I've not even been drinking today.
Neil says, I'm really enjoying watching Justin Hawkins on YouTube.
There you go.
Not necessarily my cup of tea, but musically or magically.
He's a great magician.
It's fun and interesting.
He is.
He is, yeah.
Justin Hawkins Rides Again.
Yes.
If you know, you know.
Thomas, it was very, very sad to hear that news. Yeah.
Yes, we watched the harrowing documentary about their struggles when they eventually got him home from the hospital and what Kate was going through with that. It's so sad that he lost his fight. Yeah, I think I just saw somebody said they saw Erasure in the 80s.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, I don't know where that went. Yeah, I didn't.
Joe just there.
Oh, went to see Erasure in the 80s. Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to have seen him in their heyday. Sadly, I didn't. Late 80s, early 90s would have been. I'd have loved to have seen the Chorus tour. Imagine that. That album is perfection.
My eBay stuff. A friend of mine toured with Erasure in the 90s, truck driver and follow spot op. Said Andy Bell was quite the handful. Oh, wandering hands, very short.
Oh, there's gossip in the chat now.
Dear.
Ooh.
What are you drinking?
Heard it here first. Lemon squash.
I made you a gin last night, didn't I? I put way too much lemon squash in.
Well, so gin and tonic, and I said I'll have a bit of my lemon squash in it, but it's like double concentrate, and I don't know how much you put in. There's little, but it was all I could taste was lemon in my face.
Sorry, strong lemon. Chris B says Justin Hawkins' channel is hilarious a lot of the time. Yes. Carol B says, I love that you love Zoe, Sug and Mark, etc. Andrea, after all these years, love watching her. Yeah, I do. It's funny because Ellen started watching her and now she doesn't watch her anymore, but I do. I suppose now she's got a bit older and, you know, had kids and stuff. I feel like it's more relatable to me.
I thought you were talking about Ellen.
And Ellen's on, you know, she watches other people now. She still likes to watch her when she does Vlogmas. Obviously, she didn't do it this year, but she still likes to watch that and, you know, dips in and out. But
oh, yes, he does. He lives in Switzerland. I believe that is true.
Oh, what, Justin Hawkins? Oh, okay. I thought he was still living this way.
Thomas thinks the Darkness are one of the best bands of the noughts.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember the Permission to Land album being huge in 2003, the year we first had our high street shop.
Yeah.
When we first opened Replay, and we started stocking the top 20 albums or whatever it was we had, and Darkness were number one, I think, the first album chart we did.
Yeah.
Which was the end of 2003. They released Permission to Land and it went to the top of the charts. I don't think they ever quite replicated that success, but yeah.
Faye and Simon are going to see Richard Ashcroft at Audley End.
Oh, okay.
We saw Human League there, didn't we?
Yes. Yeah, we did actually. Yeah, that was a great gig. Well, that was more than the Human League, wasn't it? It's ABC, Belinda Carlisle, Human League headlined. Yeah, Richard Ashcroft, I assume he'll do Verve stuff as well as the solo stuff. That would be a good gig. Switzerland for tax reasons, quite possibly. Wouldn't like to comment.
Probably.
So, have we talked about what our plans are? That's about all we can say, really. We're just going to, what I would like to do is continue my push to clear as much as I can my backlog, and then between us we're going to sort out the backlog of ceramics, get it all listed, probably buy less over the next couple of months. We will go sourcing but be a little bit restrained. We would like to get our stock holding down to a minimum is our task, and then operate a much more fluid in and out system.
Yes,
we've said this before.
Now watch this space.
It's good to have goals, right? That's our kind of short-term 2024, next few months is to finish clearing through the backlog that I've got in the shed, which isn't much at all. My stock is so minimal. And then between us, sort and list your backlog.
Sorry.
What?
It's making me laugh.
Switzerland, because he's trying to avoid paying tax on his printed. Yeah, he moved when he heard these latest announcements. I don't know that he's selling on Vinted. I couldn't possibly comment.
Oh dear.
I like their second. Oh, we're getting a fax from Thomas here. Their second album. Now, was their second album the one with the train on it? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Can't remember the name of that. I remember it coming out. The best track is called Dinner Lady Arms. If you've not heard it, give it a listen. All right, I will track that down on Spotify. Oh, now you're talking, Carol. Nick Kershaw is fantastic live. Yeah. So good. Yeah. Oh my God. When he plays the riddle, I go nuts.
Times at Rewind, haven't we now?
Yeah. So many good tunes. He's not got as much hair as he used to have. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, we must have seen him three or four times. Very good. And sometimes his mate Chesney comes on and they do the One and Only together.
Yeah.
Which Nick wrote.
That is brilliant. Always brilliant.
Yeah. I'm on the one and only Andrea's side.
Well, I have a friend who's called Andrea too, so I'm not the only one.
No more mugs. What? As in what? Buying for the next month or two? Until you've sold all the mugs upstairs.
There are a lot of mugs upstairs.
A lot of mugs. There are
But
a
I
lot.
probably will buy more.
We've got a mug issue. We have a bit of, I think there's probably a plate issue up there. There might be a vase issue. Possibly a Pyrex issue. We've got issues that we need to address. Get it all listed, and then maybe, you know, what doesn't sell or what we just give up on, we'll go into a boot sale and clear some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the weather gets a bit better.
Yes. Right. So what time are we? We've got a whole 10 minutes.
Neil saying I've got Nick Kershaw in the 2024 Celebrity Death Sweepstakes. He better not.
Hang on a minute. What do you mean you play a game of death sweepstakes with who? Who's in on this? It's a bit macabre, isn't it?
Don't like that one. I thought you said, what was that? Oh, Lainey says, I thought you said a pirate issue. I do have a pirate issue as well, but only one specific pirate.
Uar. That's not pirate. Is that pirate?
Yeah.
Army Hearties, that's pirate. Uar is
a Devonshire farmer.
It's a Devonshire farmer. Uar.
Yeah,
Uar. That's
right.
the Wurzels, that is. I get the Wurzels and pirates muddled up. Where was it we saw the Wurzels? Oh no, didn't we miss the Wurzels at Rewind?
No, we saw the Wurzels. You were probably a little bit two sheets to the wind at that point. We did see the Wurzels.
I thought we did.
Yes.
Uar.
Before one of them passed away, sadly.
On stage?
Not on stage.
No. Anyway. Oh, anyone else in? PayPal me a tenner and a name. What sort of scheme is this?
And then it says underneath, hang on, please don't PayPal me any tenors.
Neil's got a great scheme going on. People just PayPal him £10 and a name.
Apparently the Wurzels appeared at Bedford Woolworths in about 1980. Wow.
What, a special appearance?
Must have been.
At Woolies? Oh, the glamour. Oh, wow.
My eBay stuff. I had the Queen in the Death Sweepstakes for 15 years straight, lost a fortune. I imagine by the time it actually came around, you didn't actually win anything back.
No.
Oh, Carol B says Paul Young was terrible live. See, I would really have loved to have seen him at Rewind. We missed him that year. That was the 1 year. The 1 year we didn't go to Rewind because we compromised and went to see Human League instead at Audley End. Paul Young and 5 Star were at Rewind. Haven't quite got over it.
I don't think I've been forgiven. We did see Paul Young though.
We saw him with his band, Los, whatever they're called.
Los
Palominos?
Los Amigos?
Well, Los Palominos.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, that was when there used to be a music festival in Hitchin every year called Rhythms of the World.
Yeah.
And they stopped hosting the festival as a proper festival in the Priory Gardens, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because
it was brilliant when it was like that, but I don't think the Priory enjoyed what it did to their land.
yeah, got problematic. And they used to have it all around the town, which was great in the early years. So you'd have several stages in the town centre, and then it became a headache with policing. And the policing bill was too much for the festival to cope with. It was such a shame because every pub in the town would host live events,
and it would be just in the market square, wouldn't it? And everybody, the main
there
stage.
was a stage.
Well, there's the main stage in the market square.
And another one
it was
over.
really good that way, but people just came and spoiled it. I'm just distracted by the fact that loads of people now, Tina, Joan, are all saying that Paul Young was awful.
Oh, that's a shame.
Deborah says, I worked with Paul Young when he tried to be a chef. Really?
Oh,
wow.
We're getting all the facts tonight.
Oh, Neil says, the rain 1 year killed it. I remember that. It was flooded, wasn't it? I enjoyed it when it was around the town. Los Pacaminos?
Pacaminos. Was that it?
Don't know how you pronounce that.
Anyway, we saw him with that band. I can't remember if he was any good or not.
Oh, I enjoyed it. Yeah. But then, you know, it's Paul Young. Joe says we've done a meet and greet with Paul in Dunstable in November. No singing, just a chat. Cool. Okay.
I was just reading Belinda's comment about the Wurzels.
Oh.
If the Wurzels are still going, they must be singing "I've Got a Brand New Zimmer Frame."
They were actually really good, weren't they? It was only a couple of years ago.
The rain killed Paul Young's voice, did it?
I don't know, there's a question mark. What's it? Oh, okay. It says, my friend went to see Axl Rose. He kept the crowd waiting for 2 hours and he came out screaming like a wounded cat. We watched the Glastonbury headlining Guns N' Roses thing, didn't we? And it was painful.
I'm afraid Axl should have hung up his microphone.
I loved Guns N' Roses as well, but I don't think I could watch them live now.
Nah.
And that one that's online where they've done a new song. Oh, no. It was sad. My eBay story says, I heard a story once where Paul Young did the Brits red carpet twice one year. Nobody recognised him the first time.
So the question becomes, what did he do the second time? Did he have a banner?
Hello, I'm Paul Young.
I'm Paul Young, famous in the 80s.
Do you know who I am?
Yes. Do you? Yeah, just a big thing. Do you know who I am?
Oh, bless.
Or just a big arrow and above it, famous once, pointing at him. Oh.
I've always loved Paul Young. I still do. And yes, I know he's from Luton.
From Luton.
Yeah.
Paul Young is toast? What's going on now?
The White Wolf says, hi, I'm new to the reselling scene. Do you have any tips for getting started for someone just starting out? I hope in the long run I could do this full time. Well, you have how many videos now?
Well, we share what we do and how we do it. There's a couple of things I like to say. If you're just getting into it completely fresh, I wouldn't go out and spend loads of money on stock immediately. What I think is a great idea is go through your house, have a massive clear out of anything that might have any value and list it all. So you've got no investment. And what it does is it forces you to learn about listing, learn about all the different categories, make some quick money without investment, and then you can reinvest that in stock. And you will also learn about posting stuff, about packaging stuff, and you'll find out, A, if you enjoy it, B, if you have some sort of aptitude for it. You'll learn a lot just by selling your own stuff without spending loads of money. So that's what I suggest to people, because reselling isn't for everybody. It's a lot of work. There's a lot to learn. The details of it, the ins and outs of how eBay work, YouTube is a great resource for that. You know, the ins and outs of, you know, the mechanics of it all. And if you have any questions like that, you can always message me on Instagram, or there's lots of other resellers out there that are really helpful. Yeah, jump in, have a go, but don't spend lots of money up front, I would suggest. There you go.
You were thinking of doing some newer videos about like starting out on eBay and
yeah, it's just getting the time to stop and, you know, plan a video and get it all done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve says, if you like Guns N' Roses, go see Slash and Miles. Yeah, 100%. They are brilliant. And
Miles
I'm a
Kennedy,
big Slash fan, and yeah.
And Miles Kennedy has one of the best voices in rock music. So there you go.
Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Chris B says the woman from 5 Star, can't remember her name, it's Denise Pearson, was very good at battens. She did look good from the clips that you sent.
She has a great voice.
Yeah. Wife went to school with Paul. Oh, blimey, he gets around, doesn't he?
Wow.
My sister, yeah, this is the 5 degrees of Paul Young, isn't it?
This is your life.
My sister knew someone who went to school in Luton with Paul Young, and he was very vain, apparently. Oh. Yes, Paul Young's version of Both Sides Now with Clannad is amazing. No Parley was one of my favourite albums of all time, actually. Yeah, Neil says, absolutely the best tip right there, Nick. I got into reselling for a living by selling my own stuff initially. Yes.
Yeah, and also don't go and spend loads of money on expensive kit. You really don't need to. If you get into it, and you think I'm going to expand and expand, yes, then spend 100 quid on a decent label printer or something. You know what I mean? You don't need all of that to start. Handwrite your address labels. I was doing that for years. Even when we were full-time, I was still doing that, I think. You can use your phone for photos. Just get into it and find out if it's for you.
Yeah, you
and then spend some money on it.
Definitely don't need to spend out on lots of fancy stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 9 o'clock. Perhaps we ought to think about some words of wisdom for the new year.
Have you got any?
Have I got any? Maybe.
Maybe I'll keep them to myself.
Yes, just try not to be stressed about things, and the key to life is friends, family, love, being happy, and everything else will fall into place after that.
Well, we've just solved all of life's problems with one sentence. Well done.
Yeah, there you go. My eBay stuff says 5 stars. Silk and Steel album is one of my top 3 fave albums. Sits nicely between Cannibal Corpse and Mrs. Mills.
Now there's some eclectic taste.
I have eclectic taste too. Yeah. But yeah, I love that album so much. I used to listen to that on repeat. Chris G. Quick words of wisdom. Just keep on trying hard. Whatever you are at, success should follow. Yeah. Elaine. Perhaps the butterfly is proof that you can go through a great deal of darkness, but still become something beautiful. Absolutely.
Oh,
love that.
Sorry, it took my brain a moment to figure out, the butterfly, because it's
this isn't words
encased
of wisdom,
in a cocoon.
But where is the best place to park on Saturday? There are lots of car parks, but you do have to pay. But there's one big one by the church. That's probably the biggest one. There's one in Port Mill Lane, which is next to that.
Well, I would suggest Hollow Lane, which is the hill that goes up.
Yeah, if you can get in.
If you can get in. If you persevere, you will find a spot on Hollow Lane, and then you can park there as long as you like.
Yeah, that's the big hill that comes down towards the church.
Yeah, Google map it, Hollow Lane.
You can only park on one side of the road now, though. The rest is permit only. But yeah, other than that, it's the main car parks in town. Yeah.
Well, we'll be going up Hollow Lane and parking.
Yeah, but I'm just to warn you, it is tricky to get a space there.
Yeah, I'm afraid there's no easy free parking in Hitchin anymore.
They don't like you to park for free.
There used to be a few nice places we knew of, and they're all permit holders only now.
Will says the future isn't just one night written in the moonlight, painted on the stars. We can't change ours. Don't give up on us, baby. Oh, it's
Is that lyrics?
Is that David Soul? Is that?
I don't know what that is.
On us, baby. Da, 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 da. That one. Is that, am I right?
That's not helping.
Is that David Soul?
I don't know.
It used to get mixed up between David Soul.
You'll have to let us know who that was.
To be fair, so it could have been David Essex. Steve says, sell what you'd want to buy, not what you want to sell. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I go by that. I buy lots of stuff I like. Don't forget to do your tax return. Indeed.
Yes, Chris.
Once Love Treasure says the new year is great for new beginnings, but don't forget everything you've learned to get where you are. Yeah.
Oh, I like this. I like Joe's. The rotation of the earth really makes my day.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah. Raymond, I'm very croaky tonight. Raymond says, do one thing that scares you a day out of your comfort zone. Exactly. Yeah, that's always good advice. January is just a month like any other. It's true. It's true. Don't put the pressure on yourself. Broken crayons still colour. Ooh.
Oh, I like that. In fact, a broken crayon you can do twice as much with.
Yeah, just a month. As Mick Shrimpton, Spinal Tap's keyboards player, said, have a good time all of the time. Yeah. Very simple, but positive thinking helps the mind.
Yeah, it's very easy to get into a negative cycle.
This one is very good. The happy thrafter. Be kind to yourself. Always be kind to yourself. You haven't been very kind to yourself recently. You beat yourself up all the time.
Well, I
constantly
have,
telling yourself you're rubbish.
I have high expectations of myself, and if I get into winter, generally, I find it harder to stay in a positive frame of mind and be productive. And then if I'm not being productive, and I've got so much on the go all the time, that very quickly descends into kind of like rabbit in the headlights. I don't know what to do next. And I find that mental battle harder in the winter because I'm a summer person, and winter's tough. But yeah, exercise is my way out of it generally, but I've not been that good at keeping up with that.
And the White Wolf says, whatever has happened in the past year, the new year brings fresh beginnings. And yes, Matthew, it is free. The car parks in Hitchin are free after 6.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Words of wisdom from Ken says, beware of someone selling nails. It might be the tax man.
Thanks, Ken.
Belinda says, spring will be here before you know it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sharon says, many people will walk in and out of your life, but only true friends will leave footprints on your heart. Indeed. Yes, David Soul. Tap points for me. Yay!
Don't spend
wherever I lay my hat, that's my home. Yeah. Okay, Janet's words of wisdom. Always look on the bright side of life. Tony and Jill. What happens in Hitchin stays in Hitchin until the next live chat. Maggie says, don't set unrealistic goals. You'll enjoy yourself if you go with the flow. That's what I go by. Although I do need to, I know I always say I don't like doing to-do lists, but I think I'm going to have to because I've just got so much that I just need to get done. And I think that will help organize my mind on it.
Yeah, I think realistic goals helps. I find a way to get into work, into listing or whatever, is not to say today I'm going to do some grand amount of listing at all. It's about saying I'm going to list that there, and then by the time you've done that and you go, actually I'm quite good at this, I felt that was quite easy, I'll do another one now. It's kind of breaking the seal, getting the first one out of the way, and then you're like, okay.
Well, this is,
or what I do is I'm just going to draft a load of stuff because somehow mentally that's easy because I'm not listing it, I'm just drafting it.
But that's kind of the conversation we were having earlier. But you wanted me to say I'm going to list this amount of things that today. No, that's what you were saying, and I was saying I feel much better to say I'm going to list as many things as I can, and then I can say, look how many things I listed today. I feel good about that. Yeah. Anyway. Thomas said, I'm going through a bit of a depressive episode at the moment, and positive thinking is what keeps me going.
Yeah, I'm with you, Thomas. It's not easy. I've suffered with that sort of thing my entire life. I have very clear ups and very clear downs, and yeah, if I had the answer, I would give it to you. Yeah.
And Shirley thought I was saying De La Soul, not David Soul.
That wasn't De La Soul.
Steve's words of wisdom, I'll just have 10 minutes doing this job. It's amazing how it snowballs into productivity. Absolutely. So we are going to leave on that one because we're talking about goals and being productive next year. So yeah, I think that's a good one too.
Yeah, it's finding those little ways in to switch your brain into the kind of, I'm overwhelmed, I've got too much to do. Finding those little ways in, exactly what Steve just said. All I'm going to do is have 10 minutes on that, or all I'm going to do is tidy the office, or all I'm going to do, right? And then you're focused on that and you think, well, this is easy, I can just do that. And then you're in, and then you get that bit of positivity and serotonin release or whatever, because you achieve something, even if it's tiny. It's what I do. And then it's like, I'm off to the races then. And before I know it, I'm into that groove of listing. And then when I've listed a bunch of things, I'm like, wow, this is amazing, I'm going to do some more. But sometimes the start is the hard bit. That's what it's like for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining us. It's been good to be back, actually.
Exactly what C. Blaney is saying, much more efficiently than I. Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know what we've got coming up. Oh no, I've got a video coming up which you might be interested in, because a couple of buyers I think were trying to pull sneaky little scams. So I made a video all about them. That should be out tomorrow. You have a look. I'll be interested to see if people agree with me on what I said in this video.
I agree with you. It smacked a bit, but anyway.
So I think I had a couple of sneaky little buyers. Yeah. So that should be out tomorrow. Have you got a video coming?
I'm going to film one tomorrow, talking about things that we can thrift instead of buying new this year. But if you haven't seen the one that went up on Tuesday, it's only a 4-minute video. And if you fancy just a nice little relaxing 4 minutes while you're having a cup of tea or cup of coffee, there's no talking in it. It's just music and then a little bit of rain ASMR around our village afterwards. If you haven't seen it and you just fancy 4 minutes of peace, then go and have a look.
And there's some really attractive young man in it, isn't there?
With an umbrella.
Woohoo! I just wanted to quickly, before we go, the White Wolf has said, thank you for your advice. I will take that and run with it. And hopefully I can fly with it in the future. Yeah. Best of luck with it. Yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. Reselling is a fun roller coaster when you get into it. Okay.
Thank you, BCP, for sharing my YouTube channel there.
Yeah, there you go. If you're not subbed to Andrea, please do. You can see this one over there, and sometimes this one.
Quite a lot of the time, this one as well.
I gate crash Andrea's videos. I can't help myself. Right, are we going to be around next Sunday, or are we going to be away? Are we going to be back in time?
Well, that is the question. Will we be back in time?
I think so. We normally are.
Jeff is having a sleepover with your mum and your dad. And we need to go collect him. So whether we'll be back, I don't know. Watch this space. If we're not back in time, we'll go live Monday, shall we, instead?
Quite possibly.
We'll let you know.
It all rides on when we get back from Hitchin. If you are coming down to Hitchin for the meetup, yeah, come and say hi, and we'll have a drink, have a catch up. If you haven't thought about coming, but you think you would like to, yeah, it's open to anybody. If you want to stay, I don't know what hotels are available. If you just want to come over for a few hours and say hello, if you're local, please do. We will be in the Angel Vaults pub on Sun Street from about midday on Saturday.
Yeah.
We're actually going down on the Friday night, so you might bump into us in a pub on Friday night, but definitely Saturday. Right.
Yes.
Wow, that was a lot of chat. It's now 9:15.
Yes.
Thank you to the 222 people who stuck it out to the bitter end, you crazy fools. We will see you maybe next Sunday, and we may try and drop into Laney's live on the Saturday night.
Okay.
If we can wangle that. I don't know how that would work. Anyway, ta-ra! See you later.